In the theater, we have a tradition.
When the theater is empty,
one single light remains aglow.
This light is known as the ghost light.
Its meaning is unmistakable.
It testifies that though the theater is silent and empty,
we will return.
So here's to us, the makers of worlds.
To the actors,
the dancers,
the singers,
the instrumentalists,
to the directors,
the designers,
the stage managers,
to the technicians,
the carpenters,
the stitchers,
to the teachers and students,
and to our audiences.
Our world has been reduced to a landscape of ghost lights.
But those lamps are ephemeral proxies. They are a token.
We may find ourselves in darkness now,
but our passions, our creativity, our drive, our life's work will once again ignite the stage.
We will soon stow away the ghost lights and take our places. We will return.
Welcome back to the theater. I'm Robert Rossman. Stepping into a character is second nature to an actor. Learning the words, the mannerisms, the dialects, the very soul of the character, and filing it away deep in mind and muscle memory. Off the stage, we have no choice but to play the character of ourselves. Playwright Oscar Wilde once said, "Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken." So, tonight, we look in the mirror to peer deep into who we ourselves are, gazing into our own psyches, wading into what makes us who we are. So, without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Once
true. That's the part of them in you. If you can just believe, it's beautifully bizarre. How they're with you in everything that you are. Feel them there and everywhere, in everything that you
When I was a little girl, people used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? Good, I would say. I want to be good. Becoming good was harder than becoming a doctor or an astronaut or a lifeguard. There are tests to pass to become those things. You learn dissection. You conquer gravity. You practice treading water. Becoming good was not like that. It was abstract. It felt completely out of reach. And it became the only thing that mattered to me. If I could be good, then everything would be all right. I would be popular. I would fit in. I would skip death and go straight to heaven. You ask me now what it means to be good, and I still don't know. When I was growing up in the 50s, good was simply what girls were supposed to be. They were good. They were pretty and perky. They were expected to stay perfect. They stayed thin. I could never be good. This feeling of badness lives in every part of my being. Call it shame, call it guilt. It occupies me everywhere. My body will be thin. My body will be mine when I am thin. Let me be hungry. Let me starve, please. Bread is Satan. I stop eating bread. And 4 days in, this scrawny actress friend of mine says, Eve, your stomach has nothing to do with diet. What? It's the change of life, she says. All you need is some testosterone. I try to imagine what I will be like, totally bread deprived and shot up with testosterone. Serial killer comes to mind. So the next day I bite the bullet. Well, I bite something, and I hire a fascist trainer named Vernon. And right away he has me lifting heavy objects. Very, very heavy. The good news is I'm so fucking sore that I can't move my head enough to see my disgusting stomach anymore. Pain is weakness leaving the body. Well, I feel like shit. I mean, how do people do this? Why do people do this? 6 weeks. I'm already tired of taking care of my body. I need someone else to do it. I'll hire a team. Why not? I'll go to a health retreat, a spa. I'll have them seaweed wrap it out of me. And there, exfoliate me. Call it what it is. This ain't no spa, this is fat camp. You're here, you're fucked. You better just suck it up. I don't know about you, but I am starving. Big question is, who let the skinny girls in? Skinny bitches don't belong in this camp. They make the rest of us look fat. Skinny bitches drive me nuts. Skinny bitches don't deserve to be skinny. They have no personality. They're always trying to make us feel sorry for them, too. Oh, look, does this make me look fat? God, I could just strangle their skinny little necks. Skinny bitches, they don't have to work at anything. They're skinny. I don't know why I'm fat. I just am. I'm fat. I like food. I like the way it tastes. I like the way it goes down. I eat for happiness. I never missed my mama so much. I don't look fat when I'm with my mama. Fat people are good people, aren't we? We deserve to be skinny bitches. Maybe my mother could tolerate who I was if there was less of me. I go to Rio, the capital of lipo. I'm supposed to meet this supermodel, and I think I'm going to her photo shoot, and I end up in the middle of her surgery. I watch as a masked doctor rams and sucks a steel rod into her thighs, and her fat pours into a bucket by the side of the table. I have never felt so attached to my stomach.
Oh, don't worry. I do this all the time. I'm just a little sore. You know, I've heard people say that they've been changed by someone, but they don't mean literally. I have literally been changed by my doctor. By his hands, by his instruments, by his vision. I'm not anything like the person I used to be. It's just, I'm not sure I ever was confident enough to, even imagine being perfect. I mean, I like to drink a few extra glasses of wine and sleep till noon and let my hair go dirty a few extra days. But Ham changed all of that. He is very strict. After I woke up on my first surgery, Ham was standing over me and he was very excited. He had taken a full body photograph of me completely naked. It was a little intrusive. I mean, I am really shy and I didn't know him that well. And he'd made all these red marks all over my body like you get on spelling mistakes in 7th grade. Your body is a map. These red marks are beauty designated zones that need renovation and work. Well, that was 6 years ago, and today I am a Ham creation. I've had lipo on my stomach and my butt and my thighs, and I have newer soya breasts that do not harden and are kinder to the touch. That was for Ham. After he made my breasts softer, we started dating. So, we're married now, 2 years. Ham is very, very devoted to me. He is always so kind, particularly after I have surgery and I'm waking up, because he knows how terrified I am of that. Ever since the cardiac episode, it was my second breast implant and my heart kind of stopped. I just felt so bad for him. He had done all this beautiful work on my breast, and he was going to have to ruin it all by compressing my chest. Well, luckily, he waited, and my heart started on its own. Oh. You know, I sometimes worry that he's going to run out of parts to fix, or that he'll just finish with everything and he'll lose interest. That's why I've secretly never given up ice cream. Yum.
Let me not be afraid of my fullness. Let me not be afraid to be seen. Maybe good isn't about getting rid of anything. Maybe good has to do with living in the mess. Our body is our country, the only city. Our body is the carrier of the stories of the world. Our body is our home. We live in a good body. Good body.
Stacey Diamond's exploration of dance and self-expression led her in a vertical direction to the aerial arts and the aerial lab. This next piece was created out of a necessity to escape darkness and overcome self-doubts. Stacey finds herself in the light today, but recognizes that overcoming challenges, be they personal or global, is fundamental to human existence. Empowered by this sentiment, here is Stacey Diamond with an aerial lyra piece set to the music Jungle by Petit Biscuit. When the pandemic arrived, many productions were suddenly halted. This summer, Sierra Stages was slated to present the dark musical Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. To honor this, Sara Noah is contributing a piece from that acclaimed work. The lyrics also remind us that in this time, we need to be patient and kind to one another. This too shall pass. Performing for you now is Sara Noah, singing Wait from Sweeney Todd.
Easy now, hush, love, hush. Don't distress yourself, what's your rush? Keep your thoughts nice and lush. Wait. Hush, love, hush. Think it through. Once it bubbles, then what's to do? Watch it close. Let it brew. Wait. I've been thinking flowers, maybe daisies, to brighten up the room. Don't you think some flowers, pretty daisies, might relieve the gloom? Oh, wait, love, wait. Slow, love, slow, time's so fast, now goes quickly, see now it's past. Soon will come, soon will last. Wait. Don't you know, silly man, half the fun is to plan the plan. All good things come to those who can wait. Gillyflowers maybe, stare the daisies. I don't know though, what do you think? Gillyflowers, I'd say. Nothing like a nice bowl of gillies.
We are here with Jenny Darlington Person from Music in the Mountains, and here we are in the brand new renovated Center for the Arts. Thank you for coming, Jenny.
Thank you for inviting me.
So what is Music in the Mountains?
Music in the Mountains is a classical music organization, or at least predominantly classical music organization, that was started back in the late 70s, early 80s by a group of local residents and of two men from out of the area who came to start and run the organization.
And what is your mission?
Our mission is to connect our community through high quality classical music and music education programs, typically through live classical music programs, but that mission has changed for these last few months.
What makes Music in the Mountains unique to Nevada County?
Well, I think it's unique in the history that it has here. The impetus really behind starting the festival, I think, came largely from the community chorus that existed. It was called the Golden Chain Chorale, and a group from that really wanted to bring classical music and highlight classical music in Nevada County, which at the time, this was 40 years ago, a lot of folks didn't think they could do successfully in our rural community. They were so committed that they cleaned the venues and they did the marketing and they just made it all happen, despite the fact that not everyone thought they could.
Tell us about the different concerts and performances you do at Music in the Mountains.
Well, one of our major things that we do every year, and it's been done since 1982, is our Summerfest, which brings together, we bring up an orchestra, and some of those players have been playing with us since 1982. And they come up and they do a variety of chamber concerts and full orchestra concerts, and then it typically ends with our July 3rd Happy Birthday USA concert, which draws a huge community crowd together to have a picnic and listen to American music from American composers.
And how big do your orchestras tend to be?
It really varies on the repertoire. Sometimes it's a trio of 3 players, and then sometimes, last summer, for example, we did the Carmina Burana, and the orchestra for that's about 65 players.
Wow. So tell me about your volunteer staff. Do you have volunteers?
We have several paid staff members, and we have a few. We have our volunteer finance manager, and we have a whole alliance of volunteers that really, without them, we couldn't do half of what we do. So we have a huge team of volunteers that they put on benefit events. The board is all volunteer. Terry Brown's the board president, and of course he was one of the founders of the organization back in the early 80s.
And what is your position?
I am the executive director, and I'm also in the chorus.
And how many years total has Music in the Mountains been in existence?
Well, the first concert as Music in the Mountains was in 1981. But the Articles of Incorporation are from 1978. It had a different name for the first few years.
And how many performances do you do per year?
Well, it depends on the type of performance, but with chorus concerts, orchestra concerts, and youth performances, we do probably 12 or 13 at least a year.
Wonderful. Well, I always enjoy the holiday concerts.
What's great about the holiday concerts is there's a little bit of something for everyone.
And how do you find your singers and musicians?
The singers, we hold auditions for our chorus every September and every February, and our artistic director, who is also the director of the chorus, Ryan Murray, he holds those. The orchestra, we have a core membership that have been part of our orchestra for sometimes 40 years, or less, but they come year after year. When they're not available, then they recommend people to us.
As far as your audiences go, do you draw basically from Nevada County, or do you draw from a wider area?
Prior to COVID, our audience was predominantly Nevada County, although, family members and friends would often come up from Sacramento, the Bay Area, things like that. In this COVID world, we've had audience members as far away as the Philippines.
Wonderful.
Which was pretty shocking, but kind of fun.
So let's talk about that. So COVID hit in March. You got the news. What did you do?
We were to have a concert on March 8th, and March 7th we had to cancel it because it was right before everything officially shut down, but our orchestra was a youth orchestra coming from the Santa Clara area, and that was the first real hotspot in California. So before there were really any protocols for what to do, we had to shut down. And that was shocking and heartbreaking. You know, our chorus had been rehearsing for, a month and a half, 2 months to sing with this large, really talented youth orchestra, and we had to quit.
So what are you doing now to face the new normal?
We are doing virtual events. So we just finished a 4-week virtual summer fest with 4 concerts. Our July 3rd concert was attended virtually by over 4,000 people. Ultimately viewed our YouTube channel for that.
Wow.
We've done music history, music theory over Zoom. We've done youth orchestra over Zoom, chorus over Zoom. We did some virtual performances where they look like they're on Zoom, and everybody thinks they're so easy to do, but they're absolutely not done on Zoom, and they take about 100 hours to put, a 3-minute piece together.
I imagine.
We're doing a virtual music academy where kids and adults alike are joining for instrumental coaching, voice coaching, and also music history and theory classes.
That's amazing.
I think that we had to realize that our mission was more than just about art, live art. We had to learn how to connect people in their isolation and use art as a tool to bring people together.
Well, where can people find out about Music in the Mountains?
They can go to musicinthemountains.org, which is our website. They can also go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/musicinthemountains, where they can see some of our old performances and our brand new videos and our virtual content.
I've already been on there, and it's really wonderful. Well, we're all looking forward to getting back to normal, or as close to normal as we can. Jenny Darlington Person, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's been very nice talking to you today.
To learn more about all of the performing arts organizations and venues featured in this series, please visit thesummit.watch. Micah Cohn has an insatiable desire to make others laugh, cry, and move through the darker aspects of our shared humanity. A native of Nevada County, Micah relishes the thriving art scene and the natural beauty of the Sierra Nevada foothills. Performing for you now is Micah Cohn.
This is what my family has to be, then I don't need one watching over me. A family doesn't make you sleep outside. A family doesn't laugh and say you lied. Remember what a home is. Think of how your life should be. But you're stuck in the middle of a moment. Can't crawl out of where you are. Just a step away, the world's okay, but you can't see that far. Stuck in the middle of a moment that's halfway to somewhere new. You're moving through. You'll have to think in ways you've never thought. You'll have to make the best of what you've got. Find the answers hiding in between. See a door that no one's ever seen. Something's there, you feel it. Stop to look, it's all around. So you're stuck in the middle of a moment. No clear path, no shining star. Just a step away, the world's okay. So try to see that far. And there, in the middle of a moment, you're halfway to somewhere new. Can't go back, keep moving through.
Alayna Stroud began her aerial dance career in the Bay Area with the originator of the single-point dance trapeze, Terry Sengraf Motivity. Alayna is a co-founder of Bow and Sparrow, a collaborative aerial dance project with Kate Law and Cirque Noir. She was also in the creation cast of the Cirque du Soleil production Iris in Los Angeles. Alayna reworked this piece for the summit, which reminds us to stop pretending and get real with ourselves. Performing for you now is Alayna Stroud with an aerial acrobatic pole piece, Certain Times, set to the song Unlike Me by Kate Havnevik.
There are no guarantees in life, not for the present, nor for the future. All I know is that I am here, don't know for how long. I love the way you live so intensely. Enjoy every minute of life with space to swing your arms around, laughing loudly. Unlike me, unlike me, do you think I'm strange? Unlike you, unlike you, I am not pretending. questions makes me nervous. This room, it keeps a constant tone while I'm on a roller coaster. Unlike me, do you think I'm strange? Unlike you, I am not pretending. There's no time. There's no time. There's no time. Time doesn't really exist. There's no time.
That's our show for tonight. Don't forget to share your applause with our performers by posting on Facebook and tagging @WatchTheSummit. For more information on our performers, production team, and upcoming episodes, or to donate, please visit thesummit.watch. And now to take us out, I give you Grass Valley, captured in images by photographer Jason Scallin and in text by Cosmo Merryweather. Good night.
I have everything I need. I have enough. I have the water and the seed. I have the love. I have the will. I have the light. I know the wrong from what is right. I have the clarity of sight. I have enough. I have the wind. I have the rain. I have enough. I have the pleasure and the pain. I have the loss. I have the gain. I have the sound of my own name, and it's enough. I have this day, and I am free, and that's enough. I have the mountains and the sea, and they exist inside of me and make me walk so tenderly, and I'm enough.